But it seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw at the outset, here's Hurts. And incomplete on the deep ball.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
They get this to Smith on the jet sweep. And he's got room. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Well, they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Here's Hurts to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Even though it's the opening drive of the game, he wasn't shy about taking off and running with the football, even knowing the defense is definitely going to take their shots at him. And that's exactly what they did. He better learn to slide, otherwise he won't be around to finish this one.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, 2 good plays on this one, Brandon. The first one at the quarterback because the pressure affected his throw. And I think it forced him to throw away from his designated target. And how about the second bit of pressure downfield? Receiver going up for the pass, help him force that incompletion.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice sustained series to begin the game that will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Brown the motion man right. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
They get this to Smith on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. That second down play nets a -4. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert from 8 yards out. And the Eagles are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. A throw left side, reeled in by the rookie wideout. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. He'll take this to the 46. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. There go play action. Here's McCarthy. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. First carry for Nick Chubb. Powers through him. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Throwing is McCarthy. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And that's a tough throw for a right-handed quarterback, rolling out to his left and trying to get the ball to a receiver. We've seen all those drills where they're trying to get the shoulders square and pointed towards the target downfield.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and a couple. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
63.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Going for the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there for Philly. 45 yards.
He scored their touchdown earlier, and this had a chance to be another. This secondary scrambling for answers, looking at each other, trying to figure out who is going to put the clamps on this guy, because right now he's absolutely shredding them.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. Fights, and he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Devontae Smith from 13 yards out. And the Eagles are able to stretch out their lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down, because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
On play action, McCarthy. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Play action's supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's McCarthy. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. With it is Jackson. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Over the middle here to Brown. The 20. 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown, 45 yards. And the Eagles continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, get me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, Silver. Hey! Hey!
Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. And down inside the 15 he goes. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. They'll send Brown in motion right. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. Now Brown, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Following the fumble recovery, McCarthy. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. To the air with McCarthy. Dancing to it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Now McCarthy. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. This one caught. It's the tight end Hockenson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Sticking with a pass. Here's McCarthy. Complete. Jefferson the target. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And this is incomplete.
Started to look like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Looking to throw, McCarthy. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Vikings get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And it makes the score 21-10. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 7. Throwing is Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. They're going to look to throw. Trying to find Barkley on the out route, and he's got him. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. There's a short throw taken in by Bryant. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. The kick by Elliott is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Elliott now to kick this one away. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action, now McCarthy. He's got him in, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
The slot man in motion right. Well, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
McCarthy off the play fake. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Chubb. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Chubb again. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Nick Chubb taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. Bust through the tackle. 106 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 27, Hurts. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On 3rd down, Barkley, and he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. Trucks over him. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, partners, my old man used to say, make sure you strap up tight if you're going to try and stop one of those big horses out there. As you just saw there, this guy does not go down easily.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Complete to Addison on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Now a 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. McCarthy. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 37. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. McCarthy operating from the gun. He's got his tight end. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
3rd and 4. Throwing is McCarthy. Able to get away. That is caught. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 19. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Chubb will get the call running left. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked. Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, or they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round, and they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. He may go. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 130 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. The man in motion is Brown. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Andrew Van Ginkel there on the stop.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
They get this to Smith on the jet sweep. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out. Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total.
Oh, and now some space to operate. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now. Here's McCarthy. Buying time to his left. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough way for it to end.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Minneapolis, good night, everybody.